Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast Reading the Author. I truly believe and pray that you and your families are completely safe and healthy as well. Guys, I'm really happy and I feel blessed to be able to bring you the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, simplified in conversational English. You can call it the beginner series. As you all know that Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters and 700 shlokas. So for beginners, we are bringing 108 shlokas inspired by ISKCON. Each episode shall be of a few minutes and 5 to 6 shlokas from Bhagavad Gita will be there. It is also available on audio visual format on Vachi channel, so do check it out. Narration by Monisha K. Gumbar ma'am and Acharya Ravi Shankar sir. Please do spread the word about this initiative. Jai Shri Krishna.
अन्तकाले च मामेव स्मरन्मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति समद्भावं याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः.
And whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me alone at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Krishna says that at the time of death, one who remembers Krishna becomes one with him. Friends, we all have to die one day. It is the basic truth of life. Is it possible to die mindfully, being aware that we are just leaving the body and merging into the divinity of Krishna? Being a true devotee or someone who has realized the truth takes years of practice, selfless service, and devotion, and is certainly not easy for most. But we can always start with the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We should live in Krishna consciousness, so by the time of death, we are not afraid, but ready to be accepted into the divine light.
यं यं वापि स्मरन् भावं त्यजत्यन्ते कलेवरं तं तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभाविता.
Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will most certainly attain. Friends, continuing from the last verse, the process of death, despite being painful and a highly sensitive topic in most cultures, is actually a time when one can be mindful and alert. It is said that during this time, a concentrated and focused form of our complete life, our emotions, actions, and frame of mind gets reflected in our journey forward. Just like a movie trailer, or you could say highlights of a cricket match. If we have spent our lives in the devotion to Krishna, doing the right things with the right intent, we can actually decide our next state of being. If we attain moksha, which by the way is extremely rare, it's great. If not, then at least our Atma can decide the way forward. It is a natural and instinctive decision. No one wants to be born poor or sick, but they do. They completely understand and acknowledge they have to repay the karmic debt. And no one, no matter how smart or manipulating he is, can bend the rules. After death, there is no more intellect, but a consciousness that will maneuver the direction of our next life. Can we try to make sure we do the right thing so we get a life we deserve in our next birth? Actually, we will surely get what we deserve, if not in this life, then the next. It's karma. think about it.
तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु मामनुस्मरयुध्य च मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर् मामे वैश्यस्य संशयः.
Therefore, Arjun, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me, with your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Friends, this shlok is very important. Whatever we do, it should be in the service of Krishna. As explained in our earlier chapters, no one can define Krishna, but for the sake of simplicity, we can say everything there is and everything there is not, the past, present, and future, from the smallest microorganism to the greatest planet in the cosmos, is Krishna. Here, as Arjun's spiritual teacher, Krishna, at the start of the Mahabharata war, explains to Arjun that he should fulfill his Kshatriya duty while knowing that it's all in the service of Dharma and it's all for the right cause. That is what matters.
अनन्यचेताः सततं यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः.
For one who always seeks me without distraction, I am easy to obtain, O son of Partha, because of his constant devotion to me. For the first time, Krishna says that he is easy to attain. All one has to do is have constant devotion to him. Yes, friends, if only it was easy. Most of us are so entangled in our routine lives that we do not spare a thought towards Krishna in any form. Krishna can be prayed as formless or in any divine form like Vishnu, Ram, Shiva. This method is simpler to follow and understand for human beings.
मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म दुःखालयम् अशाश्वतम् नाप्नुवन्ते महात्मानः संसिद्धिं परमां गताः.
After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection. Since this temporary material world is full of miseries of birth, old age, disease and death, naturally, he who achieves the highest perfection and attains the supreme planet or Krishna Lok, which is only peace and tranquility, does not wish to return. Friends, life on earth is not easy. Forget human beings like us. Even Bhagwan Ram in a human avatar had to endure so many miseries. Ram had such a painful life, still he lived with valor and principles. Friends, have you ever thought about it? If we are on the planet Earth, we must repay our karmic debt, even if it takes millions of lives. The only way out is through Krishna. Once we know the truth, we will know what we have to do and nothing else will matter. But does that mean we have to take it as a punishment? No, it is a celebration. Our birth as a human is an extremely rare and in fact a golden opportunity to be able to get out of the cycle of life and death. On earth, we will have to bear and accept the good, the bad and the ugly. But till we are on it, we can still make this time not so tough just by being good and doing the right things, which is taking everything is divine and part of Krishna, so we never would want to hurt anyone. So we remain respectful and kind towards everyone, especially to ourselves.
अब्रह्म भुवनालोका पुनरावर्तिनोऽर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते.
From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. This shlok again stresses upon the same principle about Krishna consciousness and how we can escape the cycle of life and death. Friends, as you know, we are in a pattern or a matrix. There is an interplay of countless elements on different levels that interact with each other, could be physical or spiritual. These elements influence our behavior, thoughts, and life itself. In the last few chapters, we had talked about Krishna's material energy being Maya as to how the physical world is perceived. It is real, but not the entire truth. Worst part being, even if Maya tempts us with worldly attractions, wealth, and success, it also reveals its nasty side through poverty, failures, and diseases. If we want to free ourselves from the grip of Maya, we need to get as close as possible to the truth being Krishna.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपःसु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्.
The yogis who know this truth gain merit far beyond the fruits of Vedic rituals, the study of the Vedas, performance of sacrifices, austerities, and charities. Such yogis reach the supreme abode. Friends, we might do all the right things such as performing yag, study the Vedas, or indulge in charity, but without devotion to Bhagwan, it is not the complete path to light. All these good deeds can surely reap material rewards but are still temporary. However, devotion to Bhagwan leads to liberation from the bondage of the material world. Therefore, the yogis who have realized this truth detach their mind from the material world and attach it to Bhagwan alone. Eternal bliss can only come through devotion to Krishna. One quick question before we move on. Do you even think you want it, meaning the eternal bliss? With respect, Maya is temporary or has an ugly side to it, but it is still interesting. Just like a fun party where people are laughing, dancing, socializing, or even arguing with a couple of wine glasses breaking in the background. Exciting, yes, but can you party forever?
Okay, so these were some of the shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita. Every week we will try to bring you some of the shloks from it. Till then, please take care of yourself and Jai Shri Krishna.